think that, I don't know, for me, I think that it's easier when you're alone, kind of, because you're just in your own world, kind of like you always have the tricks you know and you're always working towards something, and I don't know, I don't get that mad at myself when I'm just working alone, like I don't feel like anyone's judging me or watching me, and so I think I always felt like it was something I could do by myself and just constantly, like a constant project, you know, so. I don't know if skating gave me that or if that's something like that I am, and that is why I found like skating and was attracted to it, and also like the other stuff I'm into. You know, I think that I just really like sort of not work but project, like something to work on basically, and where you see like progress or like something transform, you know, and there's nothing like kind of as satisfying as with skating, going from something you can't do and then suddenly something clicks and you can do it forever. I mean, hopefully forever, for a while, until you get too old. But yeah. Yeah, art, design, I mean, I've been drawing longer than I've been skateboarding. It's probably the only thing I've done more than skateboard. And so yeah, I just love to draw, design things, and so that's definitely, you know, sometimes I feel almost more limited in skateboarding because there are things I can imagine that and sometimes sometimes you can work towards it and make it happen, but sometimes your body just doesn't cooperate. Whereas I feel like with drawing and design, and I'm also into like animation, like these things there are no limit, you know, your brain is your only limitation, so I feel sometimes like freer with that stuff, so. You can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm an Englishman in New York. I think that, you know, I think early on, when I was first skating, I wouldn't miss a day. You know, I felt guilty just for my own, personally, I felt guilty if I missed one day, and I was always like very like diligent about it. Like that was, and I think that's because, you know, high school you have a little more time. You get home and then you have the whole night. So I would always work way into the skate late night and draw late night and work on my other stuff. So then I think there have definitely been times when all of my energy was in school and skateboarding was just, you know, there's always like that nice day when you kind of get somewhere with your work and then you like go skate and it feels like the best thing. So I think that sometimes skating has just like been kind of like relief for me and like make my brain kind of stop from other kinds of work, and then sometimes I'm more focused on skating. My other things are pushed to the background, so it's not all full at once, you know. It's sometimes I just went to a contest after having like not skated for so long, and the results usually not good, but did it anyway. Yeah. See me walking down Fifth Avenue, walking cane here at my side. I think something is changing, like definitely now. I mean, I think it's funny, through the years I'm always asked this question, like, oh, the girls, like the level, and I think I'm always like, yeah, like everyone's getting better, because, you know, like people progress, but it's really now, it used to be like if there was a girl skateboarder in the world like that was good, you knew who she was. Like I knew her name, I knew where she was from. Now it's like, see girls I've never seen before, I don't know anything about, and they're like so like good tricks, like good style, like they're like real, you know, real skateboarders. So that's exciting, you know. I mean, I think that, yeah, like, and you notice it a lot at at contests just because that's where you see like a big concentration of girls skating. Usually I don't even see, you know, I skate alone mostly, and sometimes I see a girl and whatever. But at contests, it's like everybody's good, everybody's consistent, everybody is, you know, this is the only in the last couple of years really have I seen that. So.
Take it everywhere I walk. I'm an Englishman in the
I think so, because I think that, you know, I think that going, like doing bigger stuff is really just a matter of confidence, like as the level, like once you can do a trick down something, you realize all you have to do is go faster and commit, and you can do it down something a lot bigger. And I think that, the kind of progress, I mean, I've never thought that it required like girls specifically progressing to inspire other girls to progress. Like it's not like girls are only inspired by other girls, but I do think that it's helpful sometimes when for someone like young to see, you know, you see all the guys doing it, but then if you don't have like, I guess, the right role model, like you haven't actually seen it with your own eyes, you're like, oh, that's like as good as girls can be or something, and then it kind of just, I think, pushes everyone to get there faster, you know, like everyone's already good enough, people are good enough, and now it's just a matter of kind of confidence. So yeah.
I'm an alien, I'm a legal alien, I'm an Englishman in the
I do. It's funny because I kind of separate, like, you know, I skate a lot of contests, I make like money at contests, and so I kind of have like contest trick goals, and then I also have like trick goals, like skateboard life goals. Because in a contest, it's like the worst condition. It's like you're nervous, your legs are shaking, you have to land something like consistently, and so I kind of have like certain tricks for that, I guess. I don't know, for regular skating, I think I'm trying to do like kickflip backsmith, and then I want to try to pop out in the middle of the ledge, like get good, like just, but I don't like anything too fancy. I just want everything like as fast as I can, and like feel like I can control it, you know? So, I don't know, I always have little goals, they're changing.
I'm an alien, I'm a legal alien.
I mean, I think that both skateboarding and like my design, like art design, animation stuff, like I think it uses a lot of the same kind of imagination. Like there are certain parts where they overlap in terms of like imagination. Just, I don't know how, you know, I don't think you would see my skating and then see my other stuff and be like, that's the same person. I mean, I don't know, but I have no perspective on that, I guess. I'm too close to that, but I do think it's it like uses this, you know, just like when you haven't done a trick, but somehow there's this feeling like, actually, I think I can do that, and it's because you kind of have like imagined the way your body's gonna move through space. Like it's like you know what that feels like before it happens, and that's how you see spots and get ideas, you know, for what to do. And I think that a lot of design stuff and art stuff is this, you know, you have nothing and you're trying to build something, or you have a blank page and you're trying to like come up with a story, or just, you know, so you're just, there are no rules, there are few rules, and it's up to your imagination. It just feels the same basically.
If manners maketh manners, someone say.
People always ask me about this just because I think architecture and skating, but I don't know. I think that like, I mean, while I appreciate, like in the last however many years, there's so many more skate parks, and I you know, benefit from them and really appreciate them. But I don't know about designing a skate park, because I kind of think like I don't know, I kind of like the idea of, like, there are skate parks that are, you know, people kind of train, you know, they practice, and then there are, like, a regular buildings, architecture, like parks, other things being built that were not intended for skating, you know, and that's like up to the skater and their like imagination to like make it, you know, like reappropriate the space, like make it into a skate spot, and I kind of like that. That process is what's kind of the only thing that keeps skating kind of like the, you know, underground counterculture, like the roots of skating, I feel like are in that. So I don't know about designing stuff that's like specifically for skating, but I like that it exists. They had they came up with the premise, like they wanted to do something with like your future self, so like a young, like they were interested obviously in the sort of duality and my interest in skating and architecture. But I wrote it and worked with them, and I mean they wrote something based on like my interviews, and I was kind of like, oh, I'd feel better if I, you know, like wrote it. So, and it's the first time I've done anything like that. Like it was weird to have, you know, a crew of camera people around you, like, do you want some water? And I was also hurt when I was filming it, so it was like, you know, but I don't think I'll ever fully appreciate it, like, in the way that it's weird to see yourself and hear your voice. You're kind of like, oh, it's, you know, but like a lot of people have told me nice things about, like, that they enjoyed it, so that makes me feel really good. It gave me freedom, I think, like, to kind of, you know, it's, I mean, so many friends, first of all, and so many, you know, but also I think just gave me sort of something to channel a lot of my energy into that, like, I've grown with. Like, it can't get boring because, I mean, it can get boring with, like, I've never wanted to skate all day, every day, but it's just like, I've been able to travel around the world, and I get to kind of travel alone and like see different things and do my own like art and design stuff, and I've been able to avoid so far kind of the, you know, I don't want to say 9 to 5 because I don't like, that's for some people, but I'm trying to just kind of be on my own schedule for as long as I can, and like, so I kind of just skating and my other stuff, and I don't know, it's let me live my life, yeah. This is my second, I was at this contest last year, so this is my second competition in Paris, second time around Paris, and this is my 5th time in Paris, and I love Paris, so really, the contest is good, but it was more also an excuse to come to Paris. So. It's good. Well, last year was the first year I saw it, and it's a little different, but it's honestly the parts that I like to skate have mostly stayed the same. I kind of liked it last year better a little, to be honest, because there are a few more ramps now, like, and I kind of avoid ramps, and I'd rather just jump over stuff. There was more stuff to jump over last year, but it's good. It's a fun part. Good. I mean, we just had the I don't even think I'm going to qualify. So many people were so good, so consistent. Stylish. Yeah, I mean, it's great to see, like, I mean, I hope I qualify, but either way, a lot of, like, I'm excited for girls skateboarding. I think it's...
How's the level of skating in New York?
Good. I mean, New York has, like, so many good kids, but also it just has this like energy in New York, and it's kind of crusty, and it's like, it's different than like LA, and it's different than, it just has like personality, I think, and so I think the skaters have kind of personality like in their skating. I mean, not all of them obviously, but I don't know. I mean, I grew up on the East Coast, and the first, like, New York mixtapes was my first video ever, so it was like people skating New York in the 90s, so I think that I'll always, you know, I think people always like skateboarding such a thing that, I mean, you're still young, but something that like ties you to like your youth basically, and so yeah, skating in New York is the best. I think. Yeah.